Hello everyone, in this video I am going to discuss a very important topic of hydrology, that is hydrographs. So we'll look at the hydrographs in detail in this video, and in the coming videos also we'll be looking at the problems. So here, before we start, I have drawn a catchment here, which is nothing but an area which receives water and drains it to an outlet. So this is an outlet to this area. This area is called catchment. Why I am saying it as catchment? Because it is receiving the water in the form of rainfall, that is P, and draining it to an outlet. So it is directing it to an outlet. That is why this is called as catchment. The other names of this catchment could be drainage basin or watershed. All these terms are same. So here, as we know the hydrological cycle, what happens is this precipitation P occurs on an area. Out of that, not all the water immediately comes out on the surface. Some water will be absorbed by the area that is present. Depending on the soil surface, depending on the properties of the soil, it will be absorbed. That water is called infiltration. In detail we have discussed about this in the previous videos. Now I am going to discuss what is the water which remains on the surface. Other than infiltration, what is happening to the remaining water? So this remaining water, what will happen? Following the surface topology, following the gravity, or following the slope, it will finally reaches the outlet or to a stream, which will join to a bigger stream, and so on. So this water is called runoff or surface overflow or overland flow. This is called. So basically, being a civil engineer, why I am interested in this runoff? Because suppose you are involved in a water resources related project, say a dam construction, or you say a canal construction. So you're always interested in knowing what is the amount of water that will reach to the dam or to the reservoir. Two important points are there for knowing that. First is you want to know what is the peak value that you are getting, whether your structure which you have designed will be able to take that much flow or that much water. Second thing, based on that, you can do a proper decision making for water distribution. Now, after water has reached that reservoir, it is a multi-purpose reservoir, say. So you might need water for other purposes, say irrigation purposes, and for water supply also you can use that water. So to know that volume of water, to know the rate of volume of water, it is very important. That is why we are dealing with this runoff. So now, when I am interested in runoff, all the water that is not being able to produce as runoff will be a loss for me. So I hope it is clear. When I am interested in runoff, infiltration is a loss for me. When I am interested in calculating the infiltration, runoff is a loss for me. So loss is a subjective term. Here, what is a hydrograph? So you see this runoff which is reaching the stream, with respect to time, how this runoff varies, how the depth varies, or how this volume of water varies with time. That is represented by using a hydrograph. So hydrograph is nothing but, first thing that I know is it is a representation of runoff with respect to time, or in proper terms I measure the runoff or the stream water in terms of flow. Flow is nothing but rate, or per unit time what is the volume. So here I am interested in discharge per unit time, how the discharge is varying. With this itself I can know that the stream is perennial or the stream is intermittent or epithermal. Means I can know whether the stream is having discharge. Discharge is nothing but volume of water that is flowing in the river per unit time. So units will be, conventionally we take meter cube per second. So what is the rate of flow in the river with respect to time? So suppose I say during monsoon, suppose I am plotting a annual hydrograph. In detail I will say why I am drawing this particular shape. So as of now I say this is the hydrograph. Okay, so suppose here I am plotting all the months, say Jan, Feb, sorry, it cannot be Jan. So I'll say I'm starting here with, so like that I've plotted all the months. Here I am plotting the discharge in the river. So I see The discharge will be more in the month of June. Why I cannot write Jan here? Because monsoon is there mostly in between June to September. So I have to show more flow in the river during that time. So looking at this hydrograph, I can understand the stream flow. So that is one importance of this hydrograph. Now why I am plotting this shape, we'll discuss in detail. So suppose rain starts in any area. Now suppose take this catchment itself. Rain has started in this area. Now it will take some time for the water to reach the outlet. Okay.